any plans for tomorrow, this weekend? Jumping ahead. Gonna be
I'm gonna try and hang out with my friends this weekend.
You want to try? Let's see. Are your parents gonna stop you, or?
Probably.
Probably. I know it's hard. It's just so. I don't know. My daughter said, "Mom, you have to have an egg hunt for Izzy," and I'm like, "Well." She's like, "Well, you can just put the eggs out in the yard, and we'll just show up, and she can just go look for them." And of course, you know, I love my granddaughter, so I'll have to go upstairs and see if I even have eggs, plastic eggs to hide. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be different. We actually had plans originally. I canceled them a couple weeks ago, but we were going to go out to Yosemite National Park for the weekend and do some hiking. And my son, who lives out in California, was going to meet us. And that kind of went through I had to cancel that. So I'm bummed about that, but hopefully we'll get to go again. Okay. Today I really don't have a lot for you, but there were a lot of questions. I shouldn't say a lot, a handful of questions on the assignment from yesterday. So oh no, that's not it. Sorry. What was the assignment? Oh yeah, life as a nurse assignment. So I realized when I was talking to one of you that the questions that I put in the table for those articles, which by the way were great articles, didn't necessarily match with the questions that I was asking you to answer, and I apologize for that. But you still, I mean, what I told those of you that question, you know, what exactly you were supposed to do on that, what I told them that they could do is try and identify what the career is that they're focusing on, and some of them had to, I think, Kaylee, I think was talking to you, I don't know, or maybe it was Sydney. One was a nurse and a midwife. I said, okay, so let's focus on, you know, those two careers for this article. But then what you can do, once you figure out what career it is that they're focusing on, then maybe go outside, you know, to the internet and just kind of try and answer those questions I was asking you about that specific career. So it's just another way of exploring that career specifically. All right, Megan, you said you couldn't find the articles. Okay, so when you go into Schoology here, we are Chapter 1, Day in the Life of a Nurse. This was the assignment here. Oops, did I do this right? So I wanted you to click on number 3 here first, the document, but here's also the links for, these are the articles and these were the videos. But if you clicked on this document, I also had the link at the top here, assuming that it would work, yeah. So this is what the website looked like. And then here it's just a load of different articles pertaining to, you know, things going on today, and some, you know, here we're talking about RNs, or, well, she's an RN, sorry, nurse leader, are you really listening to your staff? So, and then to open the article, you just click on it, and then it'll give you, you know, it'll give you the article to read. So this one, for example, let's just say as a nurse lead, let's see, good advice from different sources. I'm just kind of trying to skim right now as to what the person that they're talking about, basically they're just calling it a nurse leader, dealing with staffing issues. So there's, you know, some of these have other links that you can go to also. But then what I would do is, if I can't answer the questions on that sheet, which, you know, what's the name of the specialty? So that's the first thing you're trying to figure out. And then description of the role. Well, if that article doesn't specifically tell you what that role is, which this one I think is a pretty good one, because it is kind of telling you that the things that they have to deal with in their staff. Do I know much that my staff knows about the impact of budget? So obviously they must have to do about, talk about budget. So running morning meetings, working on budgets, making announcements. So this one, if anybody did this one, this is a good one. Education needed, so now, and experience needed. So these, if the article doesn't tell you that, then go out and Google search and see what you can find for that. So I'm hoping that kind of better explains what I'm looking for in the assignment. And then the second part was to watch videos, and I don't think there were any questions. I didn't have anybody question me on what they should do for those videos. There was just a number of videos you just needed to watch, and then they talked about the pros and cons of
the only thing I noticed with the videos is that I think I already finished it, but it's like the second to last question in the chart. It says like it's like the same question over and over again. Yes, what is the no, it's the last one. What specialty area of nursing from this video from the videos watched? But I was like, "Oh, I've only watched one video." So I was like, how am I supposed to say which one's my favorite after I've only watched one?
Right. I
kind of just waited on that question till the end and was like, oh, my favorite one was this, my favorite one, and kind of just repeated. Is that okay?
Yes, that's okay. That one, you're right. That one should have kind of been just at the end for the overall.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I was reading it right.
Yep. No, good. Thanks for bringing that up, Sam. So any other questions on that assignment? I think it's due today, if I remember right. Let me go back to what I had on our day-to-day agenda. I encourage you to kind of look at this. The career research is due today. And let's see, day in the life is due tomorrow. So if you're ever in Schoology and you're wondering when something's due, you can always come over here and look to see that. Most of you have turned in that career research activity. Some of you have already turned in the day in the life of a nurse, so that's great. Today, what I want you to work on, we're moving on to chapter 2. And by the way, didn't I tell you this yesterday? There's not going to be really a lot of tests in this class, so we're exploring careers. So in chapter 2, we talk about professional appearance and how important that is on the job. I always tell the story in my intro to business class that when years ago, I remember my husband and I, we went car shopping. This is probably right after we were married. And it was on a Saturday, just wearing, I don't know, jeans, sweatshirt, whatever. And we walk onto the car lot and no salesperson came up to us. It was just strange. It's like, isn't it their job to sell? Nobody was coming up to us. We must have looked really bad. So then we didn't find anything that day or whatever. So then one day after work, and we had our work clothes on, we decided to stop at a dealership. And holy cow, they were like, fleas on a dog. It's like, they were, can we help you? Can you help it? So I think dress has a lot to do with just how people view you. So at the workplace, it's really, really important. So the assignment I have for today, I'm going to close this and I'm going to close this. I was going to ask, Megan, did I answer your question about how to find those videos before I move on? Okay, good. It's called a professionalism survey. And of course, I created this assignment before the whole pandemic episode here. So I just revised it and I put the word research or visit, because we're not supposed to be out and about. But if you do, I know retail, some of us still go to Walmart or whatever. And for food service, some of us are still going to drive-through, which you're not going to really see a lot through drive-through, but you can still get an impression of people. But these aren't health careers I'm asking you to look at, but these are like everyday, well, not every day, but places that we visit quite frequently. And I want you to kind of observe, pay attention to how people are dressed on the job. So for the assignment, I want you to look at a retail, a food service, and a financial or a banking institution. And again, if we can't go to them, you can find either videos that talk about these services, and maybe you can tell in the video what they're doing. Maybe you can look at images online. Maybe you can find some articles. Just do your best. I realize this is something, like I said, I created this before we weren't going to be in school and we couldn't go around. But look at the people that work there. Are they professional looking? Even the way they maybe talk. So I'm thinking the other day we went to drive-through at Wendy's, and the gentleman that was, very nice, very courteous, or very good manners, I should say. Even at Walmart yesterday, I went to pick up, and I didn't know the kid. It surprised me. Usually I know all the kids that come out to bring me my groceries. But very nice. Hey, thank you for shopping at Walmart. Hopefully we can help you again or service you again. I just thought, wow, okay, that's really good. So how are they dressed? How are they groomed? Okay, is their hair combed? Does it, look like they need a shower? Any attitudes or demeanor that came across? So just kind of observe those things. Jot down notes. And then I want you, maybe you haven't used this before, but having you explore different apps available to you. But this is an app called Canva. I want you to create what's called an infographic. And you create a free account. I put in some instructions as to when it's time, when you have it done, how to share it so that you can then submit it into Schoology. So that is what I just want to make sure that is all what I have for today. And then, yeah, just a reminder that the career research is due, and then the nursing assignment is due tomorrow. So any questions? Questions about life? No? Not that I could answer them, but I could try. So, all right. Well, that's all I got for you. So see you later. Bye-bye.